Shake a paw. Good boy. And the other one. Good boy.
Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. We wanted to update you guys. Some of you guys in the other videos would recognize Red. Red is our Welsh Springer Spaniel. And then this little girl is our female Welsh Springer Spaniel. So far unnamed. We haven't quite settled on a name yet. So we're kind of thinking Rose, maybe Autumn, kind of keeping with the red or orange theme. So if you guys have any suggestions, feel free to leave it in the comments below, and we can think on it and see what we should name this little girl. So we had quite the journey getting this little girl home.
So we went and picked up this little girl in Port Huron. She was shipped in from Utah, and we picked her up on Thursday night, and she's doing really good. We were so excited to have her and to have Red, and to see this journey start.
We had no idea how we were going to actually get her across the border into Canada, because some of you may or may not know, but the border has been shut between Canada and the US to non-essential traffic for months now. Yeah. And they keep on extending it month after month after month. And she was 8 weeks of age 2 weeks ago. So the breeder that we got her from has been very patient with us, and said take your time, figure out a way to get her here. And we tried the airplanes and the airlines, and no airlines were going to ship from the US into Canada. So the airline option was out. So finally we had another breeder that we were talking to, thinking, okay, I was talking to her and saying, I think we're gonna have to give up on this one and wait till another female comes available. And she said, well, what about a ground courier? I've had puppy owners of mine use ground couriers. So I use that. So for those that are ever looking, it's uship.com. And what you do is you put in the address that it's being picked up at and the address that you're bringing it to. And then couriers have the ability to bid, or give you a quote on the job. And so then you can read reviews of them, and then also talk with them back and forth. It's a pretty slick way of doing that. So we were able to find one, and so she picked this little girl up in Salt Lake City, and a 4-day journey, and met us in Port Huron, Michigan. So I was able to call and talk with the border. Kind of had to argue with them a little bit. They didn't want to let us across because the border was shut to non-essential traffic. But essential traffic is classified as a means for a business or cargo or trade. So I argued with them and said, well, we are a registered business. We are using her for breeding purposes. And they still said, no, we can't do that. So I was persistent, which was a little bit intimidating with a border patrol officer. I was persistent but polite, and just said, well, we are a registered business. We have a tax number. She is being used for breeding purposes. And so he passed me to their supervisor, who still said no. So then he went and asked his supervisor, put me on hold, and 5 minutes later came back and asked me some questions and said, okay, yep, we do see what you're saying. You're a registered business. If you can go down there and you can prove that you are using her for breeding purposes, that you are a licensed registered business, then we'll allow you to come into the States to pick her up. So we did that. We had all of our information ready to go, and we were able to pick her up. So Nicola is in quarantine right now. Yep. Because you have to spend 14 days in quarantine. Yep. So yeah, kind of interesting, because she came into contact with two people, maybe the border officer and then the courier, who had masks on. So anyways, so yeah, long-winded, long story, but wanted to keep you guys up to speed with what's going on with the Welsh. So we're very excited to breed them.
And as you can see, Red absolutely loves this little girl. He cannot take his eyes off of her. I think it's love at first sight. So yep. We're pretty happy about that.
Yeah, so they get along very well. So yeah, we'll be breeding them in a couple of years once everything health-wise checks out. and they are good to go, we find that they're good to breed, then we will breed them and we will have some Welsh Springer Spaniels.
Ready. Red, come. Hi.
Looks like Red wants to get down, so we'll end the video here. So thanks for tuning in. Thanks for watching our videos. Thanks so much for all of the subscribers. We're so close to 200, so that's exciting. And yeah.
Yeah, thank you very much.
See you on the next one.
Bye.
Bye.